I am going to ask the obvious question. Is it justice for her husband or is it power for her? One of the things I thought was very strange when it came to her, Martine Moïse, when it came to her, right here. Y'all see this pearl? It's something about the pearl. It means something, geopolitical wise, globally, means something. This was something I that even when I was a kid, I started to notice this nonstop. I said, "What is up with the pearl with the females? The pearls." Now I can understand a person where a pearl wants heavy settling about these pearl wearing females, and that are married to the guys, and then also too the attire they would take on too. But this is one. But let's talk about this picture right here. The optic, the obvious, him. I never understood why they had to have. When I was told, they said those are Mossad agents, and I said, really? What are we doing? What are we doing, Mossad agents? And then they was like, well, they have a contract to protect the leaders in foreign countries. And I was like, okay, why can't they use the young people of their own country to protect them? Why can't they train their own people to protect them? So you're gonna have an outsider who's gonna protect you. You sure that outsider is not there to spy on you to make sure you are doing what you're supposed to be doing? And also, wouldn't that be part of the contract? Whoever put you there, for me, it seemed like it's a form of handler. I mean, people saying security. I mean, he had that same situation going on. We know what he had. So clearly, somehow they were missing action. Nobody can explain what happened to them. But as you can see, she have a bulletproof vest on. She have her little pearls around her neck, and we know who this character is. This is Claude Joseph right here. He been around that political, his ilk. We know what kind of creature he is, and the fact that she's around him because he was supposed to be the prime minister when Jovenel had died. Before no one saw the paperwork, but clearly there was some kind of paperwork that Jovenel had handed over to Ariel, but no one have actually produced that paperwork that says that. But that's what they're claiming. But that paper was never produced to anybody. That's one question that's up in the air. It's always been up in the air. And then you have Claude Joseph that's there. Okay, there's a lot of things, a lot of question around that character, that dubious character over there. And then this is her, um, crying for the camera. Here she is with her little pearls still. But I'm trying to figure out, wouldn't she need a life vest here more than anything because she's in the opening right now? This would make more sense. At the airport, that didn't make any sense to me. Here she would need it more. And of course, she got to display her little pearls. And of course, she got her little Mossad agent, her foreign protector. And the thing about that gets everybody is like, why are they foreign protected? Do not look like them and their people. What is the agenda? What is this about here now? I mean, you want it to look like your people, right? It doesn't. I mean, and the person's not from that terrain. So you're bringing foreigners to your terrain on Papa Jean Jacques Dessalines land to protect you, and you are in the land of Jean Jacques Dessalines. That don't make no optically, it's wrong. Optically, it doesn't look good. It doesn't make any sense. It's saying you can't protect yourself. Your people can't protect you. You're gonna run to them for protection. Come on, get with the program. Something off here, man. I like something off with this. And then this whole situation, this is her in Miami. She was flown out to Miami when the incident happened. The problem with her being flown out to Miami, I'm not like, she had her little slingy on, a little thing. But many people say she always had a problem with her arm. She was saying that she caught some bullets and stuff like that. We would have liked to see like the they were saying that she had got some bullets and stuff like that, but the problem is nobody got to see the holes of these bullets that were put in her. But like a little, like a little scrap, looked like somebody kind of like scratched the back of her leg and stuff. I'm thinking that if it a bullet went through your leg, it would have penetrated your bone. I would expecting some kind of cast on the feet, but I didn't see that. We saw one, and she was saying that bullet went through her. The problem was she was in the room with him, and well, that's the story, official story. She was in that room and stuff like that. They came in and they killed him and stuff like that. But there's a whole different narrative on the terrain that's polar opposite to what's being sold externally about the situation. So that can be problematic. I'm not going to go into with the narrative because the narrative is all over the place because it's people that's on the terrain that witness the situation. They're saying it's not the way it went down over there. So, and one of the things that I thought was so insane was after he had passed away and you just had regular folks going in to look at the body. I thought that was just so crazy. And, I remember this lady was like, yeah, I heard he died. They had the door open. And I went in there to take a look because I wanted to go confirm it myself. And I was like, who the hell is she? You nobody. What you gonna go confirm? I mean, this nose is gonna have to stop on that island. I mean, that island is full of little nosy bees over there. And so I guess she went in there and she confirmed it according to herself. She said, oh, I wonder what he did. Did they did it to his body? And then it was like a whole bunch of them. They had a whole that man body must have been laying on the floor for like at least a couple hours for it to be a conveyor belt of just regular folks. One tell everybody and everybody driving to where the body had coming out of the conveyor belt, taking a look to the point that you had people like, I don't think that was done in there. And they were like, what? They're like, they want, the kind of wound we see, there should have been blood splattered all over the walls. But what we saw, the body looked like. And so neither here and there because I used seeing some, we know our people. Some of our people are lunges and some of our people like to add spice, pepper, salt, Maggie, lye, zoyon. We know they like to add spices to the story. So I'm sure some of that is like, ooh, like I'm sure the story probably is somewhere in the middle, it's in the gray area, but I'm positive they add some people like to a very exaggerate the story. Some probably is telling the story, but I'm sure there's some exaggeration because we know us. Some of us feel like, man, this story a little too goddamn boring, man. I'm gonna have to add some spice to this shit. I'm gonna have to cook this up a little bit. You know how we like to cook stuff up because sometimes like that. There's certain things I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go repeat it, but you better believe Manisha gonna put a Manisha flair to it. So I would suggest when I'm done repeat, you don't run and repeat what I just said because you can get yourself in trouble. Because especially like, okay, I'm notorious for doing this. Somebody tell me something, and I want to go talk about it with somebody else, and the person. I'll cook the story up. I'm gonna be honest with you. I will cook the story up. I ain't gonna tell you how the person told me the story, and the reason I'm gonna cook it up because if you go back to the source and you repeat, you get what you get. It's not that the story is inaccurate. It is accurate to a certain degree, and the rest of it just me over exaggerating, me embellishing, me adding stuff. It's like me adding buffer to protect myself. You know what I'm saying? And also so I can catch you if you talk too goddamn much. I'm gonna catch your little ass too. Because what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back and repeat the way they told my ass. But I don't know where she got that from. Why you want to say that? Why you did that? We good with that too on this side. We good with that too. And then we let you. Now, y'all, it's not me. We like, why you did that? Shouldn't have done that. See what you get for all that talking. Now quit your damn talking over there. We wrong for that on that side of town. But yeah, this right here, because she flew out in a red helicopter. That's what they said. They said it was a red helicopter. I said, what? A red helicopter? What? What is this? The Matrix or something? Is this a part of the Matrix that wrote for her and her silo? She flew out in a red helicopter. Oh my goodness. So she flew out in some kind of red helicopter, according to them. I'm like, okay, what else went on with that? And then they had her sitting there, and then the thing is about the whole thing. There were hospitals she could have went to. Okay. She could have went to Justine Hospital. There's hospitals she could have went to in Jacmel. There's hospital. Hell, she could have went to Aristide Hospital. Don't Aristide take every goddamn thing that's supposed to be for public and put in his damn hospital? She could have went to that damn hospital. Aristide have a good, decent hospital. He got him a whole medical school over there. And then this good, I mean, there's hospital she could have went to. But this is not what these cats are about. These cats are like, I kid you not, I think they part of a program to make the damn place look as bad as they can make it, because they're taking directive, people, and we know where their orders are coming from. So I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Is that what they want you to do? They want you to fly out, and you don't understand the optic of how this is going to look globally. Basically projecting you as if where you from, you don't have a decent bed to go lay in when you do, projecting that you ain't got a goddamn bed. You don't have nobody there that might know what to do with you. I mean, this is the stuff we're talking about. This foolishness is gonna have to stop. This narrative, man, it's gonna have to stop. It's getting tiresome. We're getting sick of this sick, disgusting narrative, man. And then when we have people that participate and play in this sick, distorted reality, it's insane. I kid you not. The world is a stage. Ever since then, I've been suspect of this lady. I've always been suspect of her ever since, and no one can make me unsuspect of her. I like, hold on. She flew out. Why? That they have private hospitals over there. I'm not saying they 20, 30 bedrooms, but they have very decent. Some of them even have AC she could have went to. So why did she do that? Why she had to go play herself out like in her people? Bad enough there is a propaganda smear campaign out on steroid, and it's bad enough that we're very stigmatized beings. We don't need to be doing things to add more stigma. Do they realize how stigmatized the damn place is? I'm like, goodness gracious, the optics, man. This is what we talk about. This mediocrity has got to stop. But then again, the people that's putting them there, they're putting them there for the mediocrity show, okay? Because you know damn well we were selecting 99.99% of those cats wouldn't be in none of those slots, and that's the truth. And this is her. Well, let me go back. I guess that this picture is a little smaller. Moving up, here she is. More her tear campaign. There she is in front of the camera. Like a movie, man. It's like a theater, man. Everybody there with a camera. Them little journalists. We talk about these little journalists, that the little hungry ones, the ones that pop up for $100. They be like, call the journalists. I like and they all show up, and the very first thing they talk about is the money. That's how they do it over there. You got my $100. You got my three, four, $500. You got my 700. You got my 1,000. Good. All right. Which you want me to say? Them cats ain't got no shame down there. This is mainstream media over there. Okay. We like to call them a vedette. We got a journalist vedette, divas, divas of news. We call them vedette. They ain't a bunch of divas. We like to call them. Well, like, those ain't reporters. Those are vedettes. Those are divas, man. And so, of course, you see the vedettes. It's sad. We call them vedettes. We like them damn divas. Divas. That's what they are. They're not reporting a damn thing. And then we're gonna move on to the next one. This is her again, right? Interesting. Here she go again with that pearl, but this time she rocking in her ears now. So she like that pearl, and she down with the pearl. You down with the pearl? Yeah, you know me. It's something about her that never settled right with me. I don't know what it is. Something about her. I can't put my hand on it, man. I don't understand how you can live and see that, and you run to the house of the people that's currently occupying your people, and you say that's where your solution gonna come from. Optically, it doesn't make any sense. It's not coherent for me. My brain cannot quantify this behavior. It just cannot, and it will not quantify this madness. And then you sit in there, and then you take money, and then every year you pop up. I'm gonna get justice. Well, justice for who? And then I remember the whole optic thing when they say she flew back in just for the funeral, and she said, "I'm gonna be running for president." I said, "Oh, there you have people. That's what it's about, huh? Okay." It don't make me. It don't bother me. Shoot, I mean, y'all do whatever the hell y'all want to do. Y'all been doing whatever the hell y'all want to do. I mean, the people ain't got nothing to do. They ain't got nothing to do with the damn people. Never did. Mm-mm. This ain't got nothing to do with people. This is just y'all and y'all colleagues, putting on y'all theater. Just a bunch of movies. Beyond, cast. And they got some like they got some of the worst actors and actresses, man. They need to do a recasting because these people are so unbelievable. They don't even talk to the people. It's kind of crazy. They just pop up here and there and then act like everybody wants to cheer them on and blah, 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 blah. And, it be hurting me so bad when I see some gullible people actually believe these people are leadership. I say, those are not your leadership, man. Those are placeholders until they want to put exactly what they want to give you. Because every last one of them mediocre to me at best. So, I mean, there's going to be real government, but not this, not that. They're going to be real government, but not this horse and pony show they got going on right now. And of course, this is her. You know, it's just there she is again with the pearl, man. You down with the pearl? Yeah, you know me. It's something about her. I can't explain it. It never sits right with me. I can't explain what it is. You ever know you have this knowing about someone, but you can't quite put your hand on it? It just never sits right with me. Everything about this woman is some kind of power play. And she's not naive the way people think she is. She's not gullible the way people think she is. She may be a little evil minded in the back because you got to keep in mind most of these people, as well, especially we talk about Haitian politics, they're not in it for the love of the place. We clear on that. They're not. They don't. It's not for the love of the place. It ain't for the love of the people. It ain't for the love of the history. It ain't for the love of the ancestors. They're not in. They don't give a damn about the place. The place is viewed as a piggy bank, and that's how they run the damn place. You know, I mean, it's madness that you have your people stigmatized in all four corners of the earth, and you don't do anything about it. So you have some kind of restraint stopping you from addressing that. And then you have some kind of restraint stopping you from addressing the abuse of your people in all four corners, man. It's madness. It's madness that you're not going after lawsuits against places that harm your people. It's madness that a nation handed over to NGOs. It's madness that there's so much capability, so much potential. It's madness that no one care about the youth over there. It's madness bringing young people from over the world be security guards over there. I call them security guards on vacation, but because they ain't protecting any damn thing. They just having a good time getting paid more than the people in the terrain, and the people in the terrain are the ones that really protect them. Because the fact is, they don't know the damn place. They don't know the neighborhood. They actually have to go with the locals that know the damn place. So I'm trying to figure why is the locals paid less, and the locals are the first line. So any bullet shot, they the first die. That is just madness to me. It's meddling at this worst. It's just madness, if you ask me. And sometimes it's just pure asinine at best, you know. But yeah, she talking about she gonna be president. I'm like, where you gonna be president? Where? You're not in Jean-Jacques Dessalines land. Why would you run from Jean-Jacques Dessalines land where you could have gotten justice? But then again, most of y'all so compromised and y'all don't been bought and paid for, and we all know y'all don't tie y'all sausage with these people. It's just madness, man. Something about her, man. I don't know what it is. I can't quite put my hand on it, to be honest with you. Something, whatever it is, gonna come out because the fact is, she gonna have to speak and say what she know. What do you know, woman? You were in that house. Was he tortured in front of you? Was he killed somewhere else and brought into the house? You're gonna have to speak and say what you know. You know. And the thing is, you'll say, "Oh, I'm scared. I can't touch the terrain." I like make it make sense. You're gonna go to a place that occupied a place since 1915 and never left. They don't have a core no more, don't have a treaty no more, but still belligerent, will not leave, will not let the people make their own choice of who they want. They still over there trying to manufacture what they want and more for economic gains and want to do a form of economic enslavement of the damn place as if that place needed. You know what I'm saying? It's all these factors here, man. It's like someone's told me, and the person said they overstayed this, they overstayed their welcome. That's what happened here. The international overstayed their welcome, and that's the truth. They overstayed. It's ridiculous. You don't stay that long in one place and don't deliver, and expect the people to be your friends, expect them to love you. That's foolishness. And then this pushing, they're your friend. Who friend? Who's our friend? What friend we got? Well, what friends we got? They love y'all. That's why they doing this. If they loved the place, they wouldn't have taken all those cameras out of the place that show what happened. If they loved the place, they would have let the proceeding go organic instead of them jumping in contaminating the scene. If they loved the place, they would have mind their business and let the chip fall where the chips may fall. But then again, when you got big actors you got to protect, then that makes sense to me. The whole thing is just like it's really dark. It's something nefarious, extremely nefarious. A little too much for the psyche, a little too much for people to understand how enmeshed they are. And something, it's some kind of bigger plan. And they're looped in because they're playing their parts. And we can see. It just theater, man. It's theater. It cannot stop. And I'm like, at some point in time, I'm like, the movie got to stop, man. They roll out one movie script to the next. These are nothing but actors and actresses, to say the least. I mean, that's what she did when she was down there. She did a little campaign where she run around that woe is me kind of situation going on. But this woe is me character has got to say, what did you see? You were in the house. Was he killed inside that house? Was he killed somewhere else? Did he bring his body after they were done with it? Was it an actual sacrifice? And were you there? Did you see the sacrifice? What was the sacrifice about? Because the way the body looked, it was a sacrifice. I personally never looked at the picture. Once it was explained to me, I didn't want to see any human being like that. Whether I agree with you politically or not, I have this thing about me like, nah, I don't want to see tortured human corpse. It's just something for me personally. I guess I have a little standard for me. Well, like, nah, I don't want to see it. I remember someone, lucky for me, the person gave me the heads up. The person like, hey, I just sent you the image. I said no, I didn't even look at it. I just took that same message, and the person had we had very nice thing we were talking about, and I just delete the whole feed. I didn't even get a chance to look. I just saw the name, and I delete the whole thing, and then I re-upload the picture. I re-upload the phone number, and that image was gone. And the person said, "Did you bother?" I said, "No, I didn't even bother looking at it. I have standards, man. I don't understand what it's about, because I understood he was trying to get him off the terrain. I understand that much, but I don't understand how he went so south over there, and I don't understand why they trying to jump down people's throat. They're trying to force integration. You can't force it on people. You can't force yourself into. You can't force a nation to integrate with you economically. You can't force a nation to politically integrate with you. And it's like for me, it's like the place is being forced into economic integration when they don't want that. It's like the place is being forced because you're gonna let us, you're gonna integrate with us, you're gonna let us integrate here. And it's like, stop forcing yourself, man. You overstayed your welcome here, man. Enough is enough. Now kick rocks. Or quit forcing yourself on the terrain politically, man. You have no solution. Everything you offer is no damn solution. It only makes it worse. For me, right here, this is nothing but like picking by low hanging fruits. So for me, this ain't nothing but a trial of low hanging fruits. It ain't nothing of substance because she gonna say what she is paid to say here now. Because you better believe it, allegedly 10 to 30 million. So whatever that is, I'm sure it comes with certain things that would never be revealed, certain things that will, and she will state her script the way it was written for her. So yeah, it's just something about her, man. I can't put my hand on it. It's something about this lady, man. I feel like she know more than she can ever say. I feel like she's beholden to something, and she have certain things she have to say, certain things she cannot say. But optically, there'll always be questions over her. This leadership that she want, um, leadership. How are you gonna get that? You don't live in the terrain. I think she would have got more respect. She stayed in the terrain and went somewhere and hid out and had, the place is capable. It's 20,000 20 what 29,000 square kilometers, man. That's a big place, and there's a bunch of islands off the coast that belongs to us. There's islands off the coast that belong to people don't even know anything about. There are some that's remote that people don't even go in there. There are some islands that belong to us off the coast. Believe it or not, you would go fishing. People go there and fish. You trying to tell me somewhere, and then there are islands that are medium size with a couple thousand, 20, 30, 40,000 people. They couldn't find a spot in there to put her in there that no one would know where she at, and even the locals wouldn't know she at, because once she leave that Port-au-Prince area, they could have just fixed her up and dressed her differently. She could have just had like 4 or 5 people with her all the time. They could just, the story could have been, oh, those are just her sister, her brother, and then she didn't have to go by her name at all. It's not like she's well known like that in those areas, you know. And in some of those areas are remote. It's not like they sitting there watching TV know her. They only know her based on the regalia that's around her. The fact is, optically, that didn't need to be done, but it was done. I thought that was craziness. And so that leads me to conclusions, more to the story, man. But it is what it is. I mean, we know who did it. They know we know they did it. So, but they gotta have that movie. They gotta have that movie, man. That's what they're about, man. And they're gonna keep having their little silly movies, and we're gonna keep going like, oh, what they doing now? What they rolling out now? What propaganda piece they doing? What kind of hit job they doing? Are they gonna tell the world they don't want to run the whole damn thing? They run the whole damn thing, people. I don't get it, and that's why it irritates me when I see they throw insults. I'm like, what you throwing insults, man? They just following directive, man. That's all they doing. All they doing. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Anyway, please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe.